My brother smashed my knee with a tire iron because I told his fiancée he already had a wife. My mother watched him do it. Then she laughed. Derek had always been the person Mom protected. When he stole money from Dad's desk, she said he was under pressure. When he crashed her car, she blamed the rain. If I questioned him, she accused me of being jealous. So when Derek handed me a wedding invitation, I assumed it belonged to someone else. His name was printed beside Victoria Hales. The ceremony was 6 weeks away. You're getting married? He smiled. Try to look happy. 5 years earlier, I had stood beside Derek at a courthouse while he married Emily Carter. I had signed their marriage certificate as a witness. They separated 2 years later, but they never divorced. I knew because Emily had contacted me 3 months earlier. Derek had stopped answering her calls and still refused to sign the papers. I asked him about it. He slipped the invitation back into its envelope. It'll be handled before the wedding. His expression changed. Stay out of my life, Lauren. The following weekend, I met Victoria at my parents' house. She was warm and excited. She talked about the venue, the flowers, and the apartment she and Derek planned to share. Then she thanked Mom for raising such an honest man. Mom smiled at me across the table. She knew. After dinner, Victoria walked with me to my car. She asked whether Derek had always hated talking about his past. I could have avoided the question. Instead, I told her the truth. Derek is still legally married. She stared at me. I explained that I had witnessed the marriage and that no divorce had been filed. I gave her Emily's number and told her to verify everything herself. Victoria called Emily that night. The wedding was canceled the next morning. Derek left me a voicemail before noon. You ruined my future. You're going to regret this. I saved it. 2 days later, Mom called. She said Derek wanted to apologize and asked me to come for lunch on Sunday. I almost refused, but she sounded exhausted. Please, she said, we need to settle this as a family. When I arrived, Mom was standing inside the open garage. Derek was beside his truck. One tire had been removed, and a steel tire iron rested on the workbench. There was no lunch, no apology. Derek walked toward me. You chose 2 strangers over your own brother. Emily is your wife. Victoria deserved to know. You destroyed everything. No, you lied to both of them. He grabbed the tire iron. Mom saw him pick it up. She did not move. The first swing struck the side of my left knee. I heard the crack before I felt the pain. My leg folded beneath me, and I hit the concrete. Derek stood over me, breathing hard. Mom gave a short laugh. Maybe now you'll learn to stop interfering. Then she saw the blood. Her smile disappeared. Derek dropped the tire iron and backed away. Mom told him to leave before the neighbors came outside. Neither of them called an ambulance. I reached the emergency button on my phone myself. While we waited, Mom kept repeating the same sentence. You fell. Do you understand? You fell. At the hospital, she followed my stretcher into the examination room and answered every question for me. She slipped in the garage. The nurse looked at my swollen knee, then at Mom. Finally, she pulled the curtain aside and asked Mom to wait outside. When we were alone, she spoke quietly. Did someone do this to you? I nodded. My brother hit me with a tire iron. An officer took my statement after surgery. My kneecap had been broken in several places. The surgeon repaired it, but he warned that I might always have pain and limited movement. The officer asked why Derek attacked me. I played the voicemail. You ruined my future. You're going to regret this. Then I gave her Emily's and Victoria's numbers. That was enough to establish what happened before the assault. The tire iron was still lying on Mom's garage floor when police arrived. Derek's fingerprints were on the handle. My blood was on the end. Mom continued claiming I had fallen. She stopped laughing when Derek was arrested. Over the next week, she called me 17 times. She never asked about my surgery. She asked me to change my statement. Your brother made one mistake. I looked at the metal brace around my leg. He made a choice. Mom said sending him to prison would tear the family apart. I told her the family had already broken when she watched him swing. Then I blocked her number. Derek was charged with aggravated assault. Months later, he accepted a plea after his lawyer heard the voicemail and reviewed the physical evidence. Victoria never married him. Emily finally received the divorce she had been requesting. Neither woman owed me gratitude. Telling them the truth had been the minimum decent thing to do. Recovery was slower. For weeks, bending my knee felt impossible. I learned to stand between parallel bars, then walk with a frame, then a cane. Some days I improved. Some days I cried in the parking lot after therapy. My mother never apologized. She sent one card saying she hoped I was ready to put family first again. I threw it away. 7 months after the attack, my therapist placed a low wooden step in front of me. I stared at it. That's it? For most people, she said. Not for you. I lifted my injured leg. The first attempt failed. The second one hurt. On the third, my foot landed on top. Nobody clapped. Nobody made a speech. My therapist simply asked whether I wanted to try another step. I tightened my grip on the rail. Yes. This time, I kept moving.